So you've actually made some videos about R. Kelly.
Yes, quite a few.
What do you think about R. Kelly's new situation?
New situation is I feel like it if you weren't upset before now, I really don't care too much about your opinion. I was upset when he peed on the little girl on video. Like after that, if you still was rocking with R. Kelly, if Ignition Remix was just too good for you to let go of R. Kelly, then morally you just not, you stand where you stand. And I'm from the South, you know what I mean? A lot of people, including my parents, have a huge age gap. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's something. R. Kelly is the first person I've ever seen do that.
Well, having an age gap is not a big deal.
No,
as long as
my parents have a age gap.
What's the age gap?
It's uncomfortable. How about this? My my mom was not legal and my dad was.
Oh,
And they were married whenever they had me, but he still had no business talking to her. But that's the problem. So I feel for R. Kelly's kids. You know what I mean? When people talk about his kids or whatever, you got to understand that that's their dad, and their relationship with him is a little bit more touchy than everybody else's. But if everybody else, and like my dad raised me. I have a good father, but his relationship with my mom, completely inappropriate. And I'm here because of it. So how do you feel about that? You know what I mean? But do I look at that situation with the same disgust that I look at R. Kelly's situation? Of course. Absolutely. Like if me and my dad was in front of each other, I'd be like, Dad, you're sick for that, dog. Sick. Appreciate you teaching me how to ride a bike. He's both people, you know what I mean? So you get it. That's like there's people who love R. Kelly who like, hey man, we just need to get R. Kelly some help, and they refuse to speak negatively about him. And I get that. I understand that. We all have relationships with people, and people are a lot of things, man. Everybody's an onion, man. There's layers to everybody. He's the greatest R&B act of all time in my eyes.
The greatest R&B singer of
I act.
all time.
I wouldn't go sing. When you talk about just singing, Luther's my guy. But Luther and Whitney Houston.
But what do you mean by acting?
Just act is like his catalog. I would
I see what you're
love.
saying. Not just the technical ability to
Not
sing.
just the technical
but the
ability to
catalog.
sing, the
Okay,
catalog.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. R. Kelly, like, you know what I mean?
Marvin Gaye?
I'm not. See, Marvin Gaye is a vocalist. He has the catalog, but he has the voice. R. Kelly can sing, but I don't put him up there with Marvin Gaye and Whitney Houston and Luther
Marvin Gaye's
Vandross.
got a catalog, though.
Yeah, he got a catalog too, but it's not as long as R. Kelly because he died early.
Dad killed him.
I know, but I just wanted to. I tried to leave that part out. But yeah, R. Kelly, man. But I'm not gonna look at "Move Your Body Like a Snake Ma" as some type of vocal, like a great vocal performance. Nah, I'm good.
Okay. What'd you think about his interview with Gail?
Hilarious. Shout out to Kenan Thompson for murdering that on Saturday Night Live. But yeah, man, it just looked like somebody. Like at this point, I don't care about if you locked women up or had them in your basement or whatever. You're already somebody who you should have learned from the Aaliyah situation. And then when you beat that other case that they had you on camera, if there was any time to go, I gotta stop doing this, it was then. But you're putting yourself in these positions to do this. This is nothing but the chickens coming home to roost, man. And you just got to take it on the chin. And he looked distraught. He looked like he is going through it. But he put a lot of girls through it. He put a lot of families through it. So this is just what it is, man. It's what it is. And if you go to prison, just understand that you had this coming. You got to learn. You got to learn. You hit your head against the wall, you put your hand on the hot stove and it burn you. Hey, man, that's hot.
Well, we actually interviewed one of the R. Kelly accusers on Vlad TV, Lisa Van Allen. And she talked about some of the things that R. Kelly told her about Aaliyah. So what exactly did he tell you about his relationship with Aaliyah outside of the pins and eyeballs thing?
He told me that they were married, that she was pregnant, that they did doctor up the marriage certificate, so she would say that she was 18, so they could get married. And the reason they got married was because they felt like if he was married to her, and if he said he thought that she was 18, that he wouldn't be charged if someone found out she was pregnant until they were able to get the abortion and get it annulled. He did get a little more in depth with more details about when her mother found out, and that her mother, he actually stayed at their home in Detroit, and her mother actually was sexually attracted to him as well. And he said when Aaliyah would go to sleep, that he would, this is what he said. He said that he would go in the living room and him and her would do sexual acts on the couch while Aaliyah was sleeping in the bedroom.
R. Kelly was having sex with Aaliyah and her mother at the same time?
That's
not the exact same time, but
that's
the
what he
same
said.
time frame?
That's what he says. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
Yeah,
We can pull him, can't he?
Like there's so much shock in my voice when you hear this, because you got to think like, okay, she was 15 at the time, so mom was maybe early 30s.
Yeah, she's grown for sure.
She was still young. It's not like you got this, he was fucking someone's grandmother. Like this was probably a young looking woman.
Yeah, I mean, nah, man. R. Kelly likes women. There's no doubt in my mind that he deals with women that were his age, and you know what I mean. Even when the videos, that's what people don't understand. When they found the video of the 14-year-old girl, there were videos of him dealing with grown women who were like, I think, background dancers and background singers or whatever. So his
wife was a backup dancer.
Yeah, they deal, but I think he caught her at 19. But but he deals with grown women too. That's not the issue. The issue is, dude, as an adult man, and this is the thing too. I have a daughter, and I would hope that if my daughter one day, as a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old girl, went up to a grown man and was like, yo, I'm trying to get with you, or I'm trying to have sex with you, that man would go, I'm gonna tell your daddy. You know what I mean? Nah, this is not okay. It's R. Kelly's job. It's too many people going, well, them girls wanted to do it. No matter how much they want to do it, it's your job as the adult.
As the man.
As the
older person.
As the older person to be like, no. Nah, it's not happening, because it's only going to affect me negatively. Why would you? That's why I just don't. Nah, man, I can't make an excuse for you. I can't.
Think he's going back to prison?
Absolutely.
So this time they're going to get him.
I don't think he's beating this one.
Well, they're saying, at least his lawyers are saying that this tape has the same girl as the first trial, and therefore it'd be double jeopardy.
It can't be double jeopardy, because this is a different tape. And whether you think, but look, let's say it's a different scene. I can still get you for child pornography. If I can't get you...
Well, it's only child pornography if they identify the girl as the child. See, and that's where
but they're
everything...
saying it's the same girl. If
it's the same girl, but if the girl is saying it's not me, and they can't locate another girl who says it is her, and I was underage... You see what I'm saying? I'm not defending him at all.
No, I'm not. No, you're talking about the law.
We're seen
talking
that
about
tape,
law here.
and
Yeah.
that was an underage girl, and he should go to prison for that.
The Captain Planet book bag she took off whenever he got in there was a clear sign that she was underage. But I don't. But at some point, when are we going to start saying, okay, the laws are this and laws are that? But we got to protect the kids, man. At some point,
you can't just break the laws in order to.
Yeah.
I mean, because here's the fuck shit that's even around this. Because when I interviewed Lisa Van Allen, she took the stand in that first trial, right? And she actually had a threesome with that girl that's in the tape.
Dang.
Right? And what she told me, which was kind of interesting, was that that's Sparkle's niece. But Sparkle's brother, I guess, played bass on R. Kelly's albums?
Yes, he's the lead guitarist for a lot of his albums. Like, you can Google it and just Google Greg Lamphere. That's his name. And it'll kind of show you what songs he's lead guitarist for.
Okay. And was that his daughter or another?
No,
That was his daughter.
And after the trial, he still did stuff with him. And he lied under oath because he said it wasn't her. But while he was saying it wasn't her, he was crying. That's what prosecution told me.
Her whole family denied it.
Just the immediate, because Sparkle said it was her. So
Right. So the actual girl denied it was her.
Right.
Her mother and her father both denied it.
yes, and
But
let me put out there that her mother and father were actually on a vacation while trial was going on.
to avoid them taking a stand.
Right.
And getting subpoenaed.
Yes. In
Okay.
a whole nother country. Right.
I know. Yeah, I heard that part of this. Yeah.
You continue to work with someone who molested your daughter.
And that's what all the parents have to go to jail with them. I feel that with all my heart. Just like I said about like how I feel about my parents' situation, love my parents. I look at family members who were around at the time like, y'all should have protected my mom. You should have been there to stop. Mind you, with my thinking, that ends my existence. You know what I mean? I'm not here without, you see what I'm saying? I'm not even here. That's how strongly I feel about it. We talk, and I live a good life, Vlad. I got a lot to live for.
You're happy you're here.
I'm happy here. I'm very happy to be here rather than not. But I do stand on, at some point we got to go, hey man, we got to protect our children.